Hey everybody, it is Wednesday. Ooh, and I think I gotta find out.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm gonna have an echo.
This
This is the first time we're trying this.
Can
Dig it! Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Today you're gonna join Viking Stew for the latest War to End All Wars episode. That's why we're gonna have the echo for the moment, because it makes it really dramatic. 4 out of 5 dentists deem it reorganizing, tantalizing, completely unhinged in that sort of unorganized way, you know. And a maelstrom of improvement. When we caught up with the opposing, well, let's just call him dentist number 5. They replied, "Seriously? He's crap." Now piss off. Somebody's vying for Upperclass Twit of the Year, eh? Anyway, live on Hammer Away, Viking Stew brings you into the studio where he will attempt a major shift in the studio while also attempting a miracle of multi-view. You can hear how well that's working. It's gonna suck, yet, hey, let's give it a shot. Every dog has its day, and Viking Stew says, "Woof! Damn it." So within its impossible event, Viking Stew will finally reveal his first ever pre-release review. That's right. Bass frontman brother Stuart Corden of BLITZ asked me to check out their new upcoming concept album, Rock City Symphony, and asked if also I would pound out a review here on Hammer Away. He, of course, was asked me to do this. I was honored, and I said yes. Hammerheads, let's tune in. Let's get it rolling. See how bad this sounds and does and everything else. So we'll see. See what happens. We get back here, and we can get this turned off. How about that? Not that. Let's leave that. And let's do that. Hey! So I gotta mute one of these, I think. So we'll do it that way. Hi. There's the evil twin. Look at that. 2 of me. It's like an old gum commercial. I'm going to turn this down so we can do it that way. There we go. That's better. All right. Hopefully that's better. We're going to just mute the phone and we'll just go that way. All right. There's the ceiling. Here is the place. See it? It's just it's not right. It's just not right. That's all I got to say. So we're going to try this and see if I can get this figured out, how I'm going to do this. I don't think that's going to work, but we'll see. So what I want to do here is this one will kind of stay here, and we're going to leave this as an open chat today. So just chime in, ask me a question, whatever you want to know about, you know. I propose this to you guys every time. I get some things in, I can ask you questions, and maybe I'll put one in the chat. Maybe I can put a question in the chat, and we'll see what we find out. I'm going to try this first of all to see how this thing might help me out. Ha. Okay, so we got multiple views here. That's not going to work very well. I don't like it. So, but I've been wanting to do this shift for a while. So that's kind of why we're doing it like this. And so I'm going to back up. I just can't get that camera to do all of this. All right. Look, there's my ponytail. Should we get that out? As I so often do. All right. So there we go. So now you can see everything here. We've got the hammer, and I actually have 2 of those, so I have to get that figured out, and I start working out with 2 hammers. But I'm just going to be here. I'm going to be working on this, and I'm just going to take you with me on this trip. I may turn the lights are up pretty high, so we'll just keeping, it's going to be bright because we're going to keep it on. There's a little bit of color. But I mean, I'll show you around here. And then we'll kind of go into detail on some of this stuff at some later time. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be just clearing the floor. You see, we got just stuff, video game stuff, speaker, a heating pad for when I'm on this show, and it gets cold in here. And then, just the vinyl, all the vinyl, and the DVDs, and the Funko Pops, and the puzzles. And what I want to kind of do is I want to rearrange a lot of this. Now, I know you're probably having trouble maybe hearing me if I turn. I just got to thinking about that. So maybe what I can do is turn this mic back on. I don't know if that's going to, let's see if that'll do anything. See, so there it is. And I can hear myself now, and it's an echo, and I don't like it. So I'm just going to go in and do a setting. And this will be fun. Fun. Oh, nice. You're looking at my chin. There you go. So just do that. And there. Now we don't have to worry about all the output. Okay. I'll just kind of I guess I could put my headphones back on. But you know what? Let's take you with me real quick. I'm going to go in the other room. Oh, man. Oh. So there we go. I'm going to take you in here. Hello. 1941. Anybody a fan of that movie? I picked that up on Blu-ray not long ago. This is an ad that was in a magazine. As you can see, it's got a little fold in the middle. So that's kind of cool. Otherwise, I love this poster. I'm going to be hanging that up tonight. I hung a mirror in here late last night. I was trying to get that together. And here we go. I hope this is coming through okay. We'll find out. You guys let me know. Just let me know if it's coming through. And I think it is, but we'll find out. This is Micronauts. Anybody know about the Micronauts from that series that Michael Golden was working on? If you look right here, he signed this at the Comic-Con. And he also signed this one, which is the Death of Baron Karza scene. He had these prints there, so I went ahead and picked it up because I love this comic. And of course, one of my all-time favorites. That's a great one. So, all right, I came in here to get something. What did I come in here to get? Oh yeah, my other headphones. All right, so maybe put my hair back again and use these headphones. Something's going on with my my blue headphones. I have a few sets of Beats, and one of them is like giving me this kind of a weird like a wind. It's like kind of sound in the right ear. So I don't know what that's all about, but I read up a little bit on it, and we'll see if I can fix it. But that remains to be seen. Here is my custom bass that my friend Rick Stewart, who passed away a couple of years ago, built for me, and so I'll be getting back to my practice regimen and getting ready for new gigs because I'm getting ready to do a gig blitz where I'm going to be scheduling some gigs. All right, so let me. What did I do with my hair tie? Anybody? Anyone? Who took it? Anybody? What the hell did I do with it? I had it, took the hair out, and that was it. I don't know. I doubt right. Oh, here it is. So anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd take you along for the ride today, and we can discuss stuff and just chat while I'm kind of going through this stuff, because it is tough trying to figure out how to organize everything, and it's especially when you're doing it by yourself. It is tough. Just not an easy thing, but we'll get through it. I've been making my way through it, and I have some really cool ideas for down here. I got to build a bar. I'm building a bar, so we'll get that done. And then I'm getting ready to go to a record sale sometime soon here, and it is happening. There's a record sale actually happening up in Evanston, Illinois. There's a gentleman there. His name is Dustin, and he has what they call the record sale. It's in his garage, and it only happens once a month. And if you go to the record sale on Facebook, or let's see, I think I was on the website just a little bit ago. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, I was looking at School of Rock because I'm gonna get a hold of them here in town and see what we can find out. All right, so let's see the record sale, Evanston. All right. So there's an Instagram link here. There's a Facebook link. There's, multiple places to look at it, but, interesting. Wow, that's weird. Let's go back to it, see what we can find out. I'll see if I can get you a link on this thing. It's really worthwhile. He's got great stuff and everything. Here, I'll give you here's a Instagram link. Copy. Get back to you guys. And here we go. All right. There's an Instagram link. You can check that out. Hey, be sure to also, if you're digging what's going on, make sure you subscribe and make sure you knock on that notification bell, and you'll know when I'm doing this, like these last second things that I do every time. Things are going to get better, though. They will get better. Just give it time, right? Just give it time. All right. Okay, so let's get started here. So first things first, we got to move stuff out. All right. So I may mount this somewhere. I have this handy dandy stand. Handy dandy standy, I guess is what we would call it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move some things against the wall. The wall. My friend and I have certain words that when we say them, we have to use that wall. You got to do that, All right. So what I'm going to do. These are old drawers from our old cabinets. I mean, how yougly is that? Pretty yougly. But it was in there when we got here, so we just left it. And yeah, that one's stripped. But what I'm going to do, if I can find the other one with the stuff in it, I think it's in the other room. But what I did was I bought some fabric from Walmart, and I'm going to mount the fabric on the bottom of each one of the drawers. I went and got these kind of a black, cloudy stuff, and I'm going to put that on the bottom. And then I'm going to put something else on the bottom of this. I thought about wheels, but wheels just seem a little bit too much, and it's a little too expensive. If it's on carpeting or something like that, it would be just easier just to have it something that slides, and do it that way. So I have jackets that are in the way here. These are, this is an old Packers, I think, or what is it? It's a Sports Illustrated Packers jacket. Is that what it is? Yes. Sports Illustrated Packers jacket that I inherited from my father-in-law when he passed. Put that right there. Here's the music room. So now you get a vision of the complete mess. It's not too bad. One of my favorite posters. And then over here I have, these are band banners that I created for the different bands that I was in. All of these are with my friend Guy, who passed away. There's a banner that I got of The Who, Kids Are All Right tour. I saw that in 1989 here in St. Louis. Stereo equipment that we're getting ready to set up in this cabinet. Now, this cabinet is like an 810 cab from Ampeg, right? I used to work for St. Louis Music. And this was actually on stage with there's a country artist that came through, and then this is deeper. Obviously, it's deeper than a 410. An 810 cab. It's much deeper. An 810 cab is almost about this deep only, but this was deeper because they put a refrigerator in it. A refrigerator, and I had our little refrigerator in it down here, but they put a refrigerator in here, and then they could just go over, open it up on stage, and pull out a beer. How about that? So yeah, so I have to redo my sound stuff in here. This is where we practice and where my band rehearses. There's a Yeti Lee banner. That's one of the bands that I was in with my friend Guy. And then here's the other one. Here's another one. It's Raging Cajon. That's another banner that I did. And when I talked to you guys about, I think I told you about the blanket that I got that was the tiger's face, the flaming tiger. That's where I used it before. Here is a look at the wall of shame. This is the wall of shame of CDs. And that's about it for that. Now this is a jacket that I designed. Okay, just showing you stuff instead of picking it up. Anyway, Jade Dragon, this is a jacket. I designed a label, and this is the jacket from that. And then it was for a racing event that we did. We used to do these racing events, and that was one of the first ones. Let's see. Let's do the other one. Here's one that I did. Nope, that's the next one. So we also did. I did soy sauce and I did wing sauce. So this was for the wing sauce team, which I did. We did it 3 years in a row, and I won awards for these race outfits, and for my race car. So I cannot do this easily. There is the Rush. So that was the Millennium. Wow, the Millennium race team. Wow, 2000. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, so now I got a hair in my mouth. Yeah. All right, so let's get back over here. Got to make sure I'm going to pull up the comments just in case. All right. So like I say, while I'm doing this, just let me know any questions you got. Just fire them off, and we will talk about it. So let me see if I can. Let's see how I want to do this. Kind of keep this with me, and let's put it down this way first. All right, and then we can kind of do this too. So if you look down here, we've got all the records, all the stuff. Let's start getting things out of here, shall we? See if we can get this moved. Maybe what I'll do is I'll switch to I don't really want to go that much because that really cuts off. Hi. That really cuts things off a little bit. Let's go back to this. We go to that. Okay. Let's go back to that. We go back to that. We can do that, but that only does that. All right. What if we do that as a solo layout for the moment? All right. So just hang tight. I'm just going to start getting things out of here because that's what we got to do. Let's put this back over here. Okay. Trash cans. It's a old bottle, and sometimes I use that for drill bits and whatnot. I love these pill capsule bottles, Anyway, it's a recycle. There's my artwork. It's the drum trash. All right. So I just got to kind of figure out how far out we're going to go with everything. I don't want to. A lot of times what you can do is end up messing yourself right up, and you start pushing things to the wrong spot, and then you got to mess in another direction. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? All right, so I don't want to go that way with this. I want to go this way. these have to go in. There's artwork that I've got that I've been hanging on to. I'm gonna take that to work tomorrow since it was for school, and I will have them laminate that. How about that? Let's see about putting these headphones back on, see if that'll work too. But we'll see what happens here. I got, I don't think I showed you guys this, did I? Found this. This is really cool. Found it at the, what is it? At one of the craft shops. And there you go. Kind of a cool lenticular Hulk piece, which I have a friend of mine who hates lenticular stuff because they don't like that sound. Hope I didn't bother anybody too much with that. All right, now I have stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of these drawers. I'm just going to kind of organize some things into the drawers. Look at this. I got this old light. I got a bunch of these and I was thinking about throwing them out, but I haven't yet because I don't know. I thought I could put them all into one big cabinet, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. In the meantime, I'll just plug it in and use it for extra light in the music room. These are some old speakers that my oh, did I die? Oh, my phone died. Oh, that's perfect. How perfect is that? How perfect is that? Let's end that. All right, that's me. Hi. There we go. Sorry about that. I have returned. I'm right here, so it's all good. I forgot I did something really silly, and my phone wasn't very charged, so it died on me. So we'll just keep going. But like I say, just check in with me here if you got a question about something you'd like to know, or you'd like to ask me my opinion of some music stuff. Let me know. Got to get this another tablet thing. Look at this. These are these crappy labels. I hate to just throw them away, but what am I going to do with them? I'm not going to do anything with them. So I don't know. It's a tough call. Tough call. I'm going to put the tablet in here, though. Hang on. I'll be right back. Oh, you can't hear me. Can you? Or can you? Yeah, you can. Okay, good. Right. So, yeah, we'll see what we do with that. This I have to keep readily available. Just so much stuff. Towels. I don't even know how these got back. Oh, I do now. All right. I don't know. Look at just how boring these labels are. These are what came with my spice bottles, and it's terrible. They're just boring. But it's a bunch of sticker paper. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Just throw them out. Just say, Stu, throw them out. Get rid of them. Bye. See ya. Bye bye. Scissors. Got to put the scissors away. All right. CDs. So many CDs. I don't know if anybody else deals with this, but a crap ton of CDs with files and stuff on them. Oi. Like, what do I do with that? All right, these have got to go over here. I can't get rid of it because it's stuff that I don't know, stuff that I may need. It's stuff to tell you guys about. It's whatever it is. So, I was gonna one of these days. I'm gonna talk with my buddy Stuart Corden from BLITZ, which we may just kind of segue to that real quick. And I'm going to see about having him and our buddy Sam from Midnight Devils. I might have both of those guys on because they're both Kiss fans. And I got to thinking about this on my way home today. I thought, you know what? I should have them both on and do a Kiss face-off and have them compete with some Kiss trivia and see how they do. What do you think about that? Because the weird thing is we're all three bass playing frontmen. It's a strange thing. So let's see if I can. All right, so this and this. That needs to go in there. This needs to go down there. This needs to go in there. All right. We got magazines and a board and a thing, and this should get thrown away, I think. And here's the sticker, a Keishi sticker that came from a gentleman that I met a while back. So Stuart, keep rocking. It's Michael, and he's the son of Shelley, one of the original Keishi owners. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, drop that on over there. I tell you what, I'm a guy who collects pens, pencils, whatever it is. I have got an extensive collection, and I'm dropping them all over the place. But lately, it's actually come in very handy because I've been doing different work around the house, so I can always find a pencil. So it's been kind of nice, kind of smart, kind of handy. And I do love my gel pens. Big gel pen fan. Although I did tell my wife the other day, I said, we can't be using these gel pens for the calendar because they smudge. It's nothing worse than when you write something down and then you smudge it. All right, Osibisa. And my two copies of RTZ. Return to Zero. Might have to, maybe I give one of those away as a prize on the show. All right, so we can move this stuff. All this stuff. I'm getting ready. Once we get shifted, I'm going to play some of this on the show. Also, I'm going to play some of the Kiss pinball on the show. Maybe that's kind of what we do when we have the guys on, if they are willing to compete on the show and see. Hey, is anybody a fan of, I hope I don't mess myself up saying this, anybody a fan of like Mr. Beast? I didn't know much about him, and I still don't know a ton about him. But he had the game show recently, so I was watching some of that. Looking forward to finishing it. But I was watching something about, they were talking about being sued. Some people sued him over stuff, and so they started getting into it, but I had to shut it off because I didn't want to spoil the rest of the show, which I guess has the first three episodes are on YouTube, and the season then 3 through 10 are all on Prime, I guess. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna move this stuff, my CDs, and this video. This was a video I found at a house recently that I was cleaning out with a friend. There you go, Bruce Lee. Videotape. Oh, videotape. How silly. How silly. I don't have a lot of those, but people are collecting videos now. That's just the way it is. I almost want to put something on my turntable. I might do that. I might put something on my turntable. Just let it play. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not a huge channel yet, so looking forward to being that, though, the more I put in the time and the effort. There's some great things to talk about and great ways I want to talk about them. All right, let's get this out of here. So I'm going to move this stuff over here. Just bear with me, hang tight. I'm going to do it. I'll get it moved over here, and then I'll be right back. Oh. All right. Again, it's kind of tough because I don't want to just make another mess. You know what I mean? So I got to be careful. Hey, I found my flag too. Gotta love this. Woo. I really want to get this up along with my Union Jack flag. So when me and Mr. Corden are chatting, and then I could use it also if I get Sam and Stuart on here at the same time. I could use that as my backdrop for. I was also looking for this the other day when I was talking with Stuart. I was like, man, because I'm really looking forward to getting back to England someday soon. Someday soon. All right, now this is where we got to do the whole figuring out again, because I got to figure out where I'm going to put everything, because I am going to take everything out. Woo, people, this is going to be a funky one. This is going to be weird, but it's going to be great when it's done, because what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get everything moved out. Look at that. There's the sticker from the Invincible Shield. Let's cut that apart, shall we, real quick? All right. Got all kinds of stuff. Here's Kilgore Trouts. I guess I could show you the back too. There is a vinyl, CDs, DVDs, Blu-ray, and this is at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So make sure you check them out if you're over that in that area. It's a pretty cool place. Some of the things were a little more expensive than I wanted. And good God, don't use that font. Please, don't use that font. Most times people use that, and it's disconcerting. Look at that. My Jeff LaBar sticker from the vinyl that I bought for One for the Road. I might have to make that a coaster. I think I'll tack that on a tile and make that a coaster. Well, tack me on a tile and make me a coaster. What do I have? Oh, yeah, and there's my Jeff LaBar pick that came with it as well. Jeff LaBar, what a great dude. Had a chance to meet him multiple times, and none of those meetings were any different than the other. They were all spectacular times. He was such a nice guy, such a great musician, just a great fan to the friend, just a great friend to the fans who were into that, into his work with Cinderella. And then I met up with him again when he was doing the Naked Beggars, and it was just wonderful to meet him and to get to know him, and then to have met his son. I would say it was great to meet his son. It was unfortunate that his father had just passed. That made it kind of tough, but it was nice to be able to give him my condolences right there on the spot. So that was a blessing. I got these at Frenchtown Records recently. We were doing a little trivia-ish thing back and forth between us, and gave me this Keishi piece. It's like an old pin style. Okay, so you basically fold this down, all right, and then this stays on the front of the lapel, and then it has this little punched area, and that's what kind of grabs onto your clothing and holds it in place, which I guess in a way doesn't sound great. Oh, and you notice I got my Ireland shirt on because we're almost at that time of the year. So I'm looking forward to spring break. Anybody else looking forward to spring break out there? Look at this stuff. I got all kinds of crap here. So I bought these cameras. I bought multiples of them, which you could tell me whether that's stupid or not, but what they are is they're like a GoPro camera style. Here, I'll just show you. I think I got one right here. Here. So it's like a GoPro camera style. And I saw reviews of these. It's a Pro Scan. You guys have heard of Pro Scan? But the one that they have reviews of on YouTube mainly is when I put in Pro Scan, action camera, it comes up with a 720p. But I bought these 1080p action cameras. If anybody's ever tried one of these, let me know. But it's full HD, 1080p, rechargeable battery, wide field of view, 120 degrees. La champ de vision. I wish Pete were here. Papa P would be able to tell me all of these. He'd be able to read them for me. But anyway, I'm going to check this out. I just found this. So this was actually about the same price as the camera. The camera cost me about $12. This cost me about $9. So I'm going to try it out and see. I'll show it to you. It looks, like I say, it looks just like a, it's got all the little holding things, and the cameras are all in a bag. I've got them all in a bag, but I've picked up a couple of them. I mean, I don't know. I have like 3 of them, and I don't know. I'm gonna see how they work for the show, and see if there's something that I can use. But we'll go from there. Otherwise, that stuff goes back in the bag, and we get rid of it for the moment. So seriously, guys, if anybody has a question or anything you want to know, if there's something that Iron Maiden is my favorite band. Judas Priest is my other favorite, is another huge favorite band. When it comes to superheroes lately, I am, even though I didn't read it when I was a kid, I am a Thor guy. I had a student, I work at a school. So I had a student who called me Thor at one point, and one of the teachers was like, "Hey, do you mind if he calls you Thor?" I go, "Absolutely not. That is just fine." This is from a shop that I went to in Florida, and it's and I bought a bunch of inexpensive albums, and then I bought Greg Hawkes, the keyboard player from the Cars. I bought his solo record. So big Cars fan. And I was very fortunate recently. I think you guys might remember that I was doing a little vinyl shopping at a shop nearby. And I was very fortunate because if you remember, I had what's called the MAVA case, which is the mysterious alien vinyl abduction case, where some of my vinyl just disappeared. I don't know where it went. So one of them was the Cars first album. And I remember where I bought that. I bought it when it came out, and I bought it in Bloomington, Illinois. And it just, when I was looking through, I'm like, it's not here. Where would it be? It would be here. So I don't know what happened to him. It was very strange, very odd, and really pissed me off. So yeah. Some lights. So we got to figure out what to do with all this stuff. You know what? I should go get a box. That's what I had to do. You know what? While I go get a box, I'm going to play you just a little bit of something, if you don't mind. If you guys don't remember this, check this out. This is J.W. Durbin, and he's he's the creepy onion, and I think some of this is like AI stuff, but what he does is he has these songs, and he put this together. So it's kind of it's a tribute to some of us who do the video game podcasting, that are through Go Game Go and like Papa Pete's, and you'll see little things in there about that. But also, it's kind of a tribute to this show and a tribute to my band, Edge of Blue. So check this out while I go grab some boxes, because I'm going to need to box some of this stuff up. Talk to you in just a second. Check this out. It is called Edge of Blue. So I found a couple of boxes. They're kind of long. They're like perfect for all of this stuff. And I'm just going to basically just put stuff in there. Remember the band Circuline. If you are into prog rock and you like, that it kind of harkens back to some, well, I mean, I can't say it really, it's influenced by the classics. I mean, all the great prog rock, that happened throughout the years, and it's just based on, that making great music. And there's such a big, what's the word I want to say? There's a big community of prog rock folks out there. Now, that's the stuff that you're not going to always hear on the radio. It's fantastic, amazing stuff. You're just not going to always hear it. Like Cell 15, check it out. And that's Bob Richardson. So, and he was in the band Hybrid Ice. So check out Hybrid Ice. What a fantastic band. RTZ, Return to Zero, with guys from Boston in it. You're going to want to check that out. So, so just, get out there and find it. But Circuline, this was a big part of the deal and they had these, it's like a little mouse pad-ish kind of thing, but it's a nice little, coaster. So I use it down here at my desk, which I am looking so forward to having less cluttered. Good Lord, do I know how to clutter shit up? I don't know if anybody else deals with that. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you guys deal with just stuff. I don't know. It's become an issue for me, but I'm trying to rectify that, and I'm trying to get rid of it. I mean, look at this, guys. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. When you're looking through and you're going, okay, what do I need? What do I not need? I have a tough time getting rid of this and it's not working, and I need to reboot it again, and see if I can get it to work and stay working. I just don't know that it will. And it's an old iPod Classic. Look, in an old case that's magnetic. It's right, and it's got the belt clip on it. And look at this. It's the big one. It is the 160 gig Classic. And look at that. It's mirrored. Look at that. And it's got. Did I put a name on this? What did I put on here? God, I hate that when they have things. They're so tiny. So let's take a look. See if I can figure out what it says. Stuart Basedog Johnson. Ah, Rothjar. God bless you. That's what I wrote on there. So yeah, it's a classic piece, but it's screwed up. And so I've tried to reboot it. I might try rebooting it again. I still, thank God, I still have the right, piece to plug in here, so I can try rebooting it again. But I have a tough time giving it up. It was my first one. I worked for a sales guy doing graphics for ads on the back of grocery receipts. So so then, one of the, I don't know, at one point he was like, "Oh, I thought I'd get you something. I don't know, get me something for the end of the year or something as a bonus or whatever." I said, "Just get me in. I want this iPod, so just give me that." And he did. But like I say, it's been many years, and I have multiple iPods that aren't working right, and I really want to hook it up and see what it does. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. If there's anybody out there that knows of any big hacks or something, maybe I could do that, um, and see what we've got. All right. So that's that. I wonder if my phone is going to work yet. Let's see if it'll come on. Okay, it's still charging. It's probably a low charge though. That's the big problem. It's probably not going to charge very fast on this cable maybe. I found that out the other day. I didn't realize that. Nope. You know what? I don't even want to tell you why I'm chuckling at myself. But I will anyway, because it's not plugged in. That's a big help if you plug it in. And as they say, plug it in, plug it in. The other thing I found out the other day is my phone is not wanting to talk to my computer. So that sucks. So I have a Gene Simmons ornament that broke. So that's another thing. Got to get a little bit of glue because he lost his arm. See that? The arm goes on there. So I'll have to glue that and see if it'll. He also lost a finger. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. So many little light things. You guys deal with the light stuff. See, there you go. Ooh. Just so much stuff. But it's the CDs that bug me the most of all. Not like CDs like in cases, but the CDs that are out of cases, because you buy them in a bulk box and then you have to put them in a case. And then they just don't have a home. And that drives me nuts. I'm going to put this in the box over here. All right. Put that in the box. Put this in the box. Got an old bank bag. Really? I need to throw that out. I need to. So many things I need to throw out. Okay. Rock Solid Creations right there. That's my buddy Jay. Jay from Rock Solid Creations. They got us our countertop. It's fantastic. We love it. Did a great job. They did a great job putting it in and everything. And So check them out. Rock Solid Creations. Boom. Salvatore, what is up? Would you help me out with asking me a question or something? What is something you would like to know, or what is some of your favorite music stuff? While I'm doing this hang, I'm gonna have to see how much I get done. I do have another show at 7 o'clock, so fortunately I already ate something, so it's not like I can go straight from this one to that one. Here's a picture, and here is a ticket. How about this? I'm gonna put some of that stuff over there because I don't think I'm gonna make it all the way through. I'm gonna have to continue this at another time. Here's a picture of me with no beard and short hair with Vixen. This is when they had Maxine in the band, and that's Janet Gardner right here. Janet Gardner, who was just beautiful. She's much better looking without all the makeup stuff. And there's Roxy Petrucci, and then here is my ticket from that night. There you go. Special guest. I don't even remember what the special guest was. Normally I do. Like when I saw Judas Priest back years back, like in 1980, when they were on the British Steel tour, there was a local band because that was a pickup. Because I don't know if you guys, some of you may remember, I mentioned this before, that there was if you look up some of the t-shirts for the British Steel, like reprints that they're doing of the British Steel tour, you'll notice that there is some shows that are included on some of the shirts and some shows that are not included on some of the shirts. Fortunately, I found a reprint shirt because I didn't have the money to buy a t-shirt back then, but I did find a reprint shirt that had the Pekin gig listed on there, because some of these are pickup gigs, and that's why they didn't have the opening act that they normally would have on that tour. So they had a local act called Slick New Face that opened up, had a female singer, great band, and a very 80s, very Pat Benatar look. But yeah, Slick New Face opened up for Judas Priest, I guess it was the summer of 1980. I don't know that it could have been the summer of 81, because I'm just thinking if they're on tour for their album in 1980, I don't know if I got to remember when that album came out, because it was summertime, because I went to church camp and ended up getting a pulled ligament. And here I am standing in the second row with a pulled ligament, and making my way through it. Let's just put it that way. There was a young gentleman there with something to help me make it through that time. So I'll let you think about that one. Trying to keep all this stuff together. All my flash drives, the thumb drives, they can all go in here. This, again, one of my favorite stickers of the Midnight Devils. I love this, the 69 bomb. I love it. That artist, she is great. I was looking at her Facebook page the other day and checking out some of the work. Just fantastic stuff. Got a G.I. Joe from my buddy. There you go. Ho, 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 ho. So, kind of cool. I was always into G.I. Joe. Loved G.I. Joe. That stuff was just cool. I just was I had so much fun being creative with it. And during the winter, I'd go outside and there would be some branches from the evergreen trees nearby, and I would take those and I would bring them inside and just make a little forest area. It was really cool because we had one of the big ATVs of the G.I. Joe stuff, and it was cool. It was really cool. I love nostalgic stuff, and just a lot of fun being creative with that stuff. Man, I am really having a tough time figuring out how to organize all this stuff as I'm taking it away from here. Some of this stuff just needs to be put where it belongs, but I don't want to leave you guys and walk away and and all that stuff. But I also don't want to leave the chat. Salvatore, what was the last thing you listened to? And I know what else I'm going to talk to you guys about while I land that question out there. What are you guys listening to lately? And then, you know, what I'm going to do. Oh, monkeys with fudge. Did you hear that? I just opened this up. It's cable grips. It's cable grippers. I just opened it up and it went all over the floor. I have a student that would say, "You're a hot mess." Yes, I am a hot mess. All right, let's get it picked up. How many are there? Okay. There. I don't know. There's probably one more down here somewhere, I would assume. But anyway, cable grippers. I don't always love leaving this stuff in the package all the time because then it just sits around and I just look at the package a million times over. And I'd rather get them out and put them in something. So what I do a lot of times for storage is I keep jars. So whatever it is we have, olives, jam, spaghetti sauce, stuff like that. And I keep those, and then I can just, when I have a small collection of something like this, so there's a whole bunch of them there, right? Let's get rid of that. And here's one right here that I've emptied out. There you go. There it is. So this would be fine for this. It's a little big, but I'll go ahead and use it anyway. Just put them all in there. I didn't realize these were all like rubber. They're like very rubbery. That's cool. So anyway, I'll be using some of these when I get all the desk all changed around and moved. Here is a rock, a painted rock. I guess back in the day we'd say it's a pet rock, which would be kind of cool to have had a pet rock with the Thor logo on it. There you go. I was going through my hometown area and there was a woman who had she worked in a restaurant, in a diner, and I saw in a case they had all these different painted rocks, like they had them with the cardinal logo on them and things like that. So I asked her, "Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry." I asked her, I said, "What would it, could you do the Thor logo?" And she was like, "Yeah." So sure enough, she worked it up for me and I got back up there and picked it up. Fantastic job. Fantastic. So, all right, my phone got charged up again. I got to get that stuff unplugged and then I got to get the turntable plugged in so that I can start using that and we can play a little bit of music that I don't think I'll get nailed for it because you won't be able to hear it too much. And I think I did it once before and they didn't give me any hassle about it. All right. And the only other, I got to refill that. Okay. I found these recently. I got to put new batteries in these. This is pertinent to this show, but also pertinent to Go Game Go, where they had these pens, and on the end of these pens, video games. Look at that. This one is millipede. Okay, so you just put batteries in the back. I did not buy these originally. These were from somewhere else, and I acquired them. So I have to put new batteries in and see if they work. So you had millipede, and I ended up with two of these, and there is combat. Look at that, combat. So there's buttons on the back and buttons on the front that you can use, and it has a little speaker hole in the back. So that's kind of cool. In my broken Hard Rock Cafe mug. I love this mug, but damn it, the handles broke off. or the handle broke off. Just one handle. Can you handle that? All right, let's put this stuff in the box. I also noticed the other day that my Pro controller for my Switch started to drift. People have this issue, and their stuff starts to drift a little. Started having that issue. I might have to just get in here and clean it. I don't. I would hope that that might do it. It is. I mean, it is probably pretty dirty, dusty. You know, hand crap. You know, from the just playing a lot. I play the heck out of this thing, but I also have this. I might have to try using this one tonight if we end up playing a game tonight. Or if I, well, I don't know. I might play in the tournament on Friday night on the Go Game Go channel. Check it out. My partner Jeff will put, he'll put a code out there so you can join into the tournament. And the tournament goes for 2 hours from 8 until 10. So check that out. In the meantime, remember to like and subscribe. Ask me a question. If you got a question out there, just ask me a question. One of these days, I'll be inundated with questions. It's going to be like that. It's just going to be like, wow, I can't get to all these questions. But yeah, if you got a question about something, ask me. Like I say, Iron Maiden, my favorite band. Had a chance to, I've met them on 2 of the tours. I met them on the Peace of Mind tour. And then I met them once again on the Power Slave tour. The gentleman that helped me out with that was a friend of Andy Taylor's. They're one of their managers, and he had met them, and so he helped me get some tickets and passes for the Peace of Mind tour. And then I gave him a quick shout the next year when they were coming through for Power Slave, and it kind of caught him off guard, I guess. Yeah, it's a little awkward, but he was very nice, and he got us. I said, we don't need tickets. We already have tickets, but if you could get us some passes again. And it was a blast. It was just amazing to have met Iron Maiden on that tour. And I'm going to be going through some information down the line here. Again, this is about video stuff. I'm going to start getting that together and learning how to do that better. I got a friend that's going to help me with that. I call him Sensei, and we'll get that together. Should be fun. Should be fun. And then I'm going to start using some different equipment. I have this mic, which came with the stand, but that's not the one I'm going to be using. I've got a different one that I'm going to use. But I also got the stand because I knew I was going to be having more guests, like my friend Katie Cruz, who was on the show before. And she is interested in coming back and hanging out here at the studio with me and doing a show together. So I want to make sure I get a nice professional thing going here so people feel comfortable, and they, you know, we have a space to sit and have fun. So should be cool. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do here. That's my question. That's my big question. This stuff, I don't know if it's going to have to go back a little bit. It may have to move back and widen this area a little bit. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my desk, this table, and it's going to move. So then we'll be looking back further. So we'll have this space here and this width of space, which would be good for like a couple of people. And then I just got to get a new camera and get all the mics set up. So that's the main thing. Because I check out a lot of other podcasts, not too many of them, but I do. I check out some, and I like their setups. I like the nice camera. I like the place where they looks like they have a panel of people. That's pretty damn cool. So yeah, just lots of things to do, lots of things to learn, lots of things. All right, so I had my friend help me put this Oh yeah, I gotta open that up. That's why. There we go. When my friend was helping me get these boards cut, and I put them together and did a black paint on it and everything like that. When he was helping with that, I said, you know, what would it take to put in a couple of cup holders? If you're making your own desk, try to make your desk with cup holders. It's pretty cool. So, all right. I have a feeling I'm not going to get very far with this. But in the meantime, it's a great chat. So, see, like old glasses. Do you guys keep old glasses? I really need they just need to go. Look, here's my mug for drinking. There we go. It's kind of a Thor mug. There you go. Yeah. Just a Viking mug. And my wife actually has there's a woman Viking on her mug. Pretty cool. I like it. Anyway, let's trim this piece while we're at it here. And just kind of trim this Judas Priest thing down. Also, I guess what I could do as well, if I'm not going to get through all of this, is I need to do my record dividers. But you know, I've been holding off. I started those and I showed them to you, but I've been holding off because I wanted to make them with you. The other thing I wanted to do was do my cooking. So I got to figure out how to get from here to up there to do the kitchen thing. I guess I could do it with my phone. Um, and I'll see about that. Does anybody else get crap calls all the time? I tell you what, I thought that ended when I got rid of my landline. And now I just get junk calls all the time. And it's driving me bananas. Simply bananas. Let's see, what did I do with those lights, guys? Did I put them in here? No. Where'd I put them? The lights. What did I do with them? Oh, there they are. All right. Let's see. Put these in the box. All right. I better keep that out. Because we'll see if we're going to get this thing moved. I don't know if you guys remember this. I showed this when Stuart Corden and I were chatting about records, like K-Tel records. And remember we were talking about the Southern Rock album, Southern Fried Hits. And I showed Stuart this one last week. Ronco presents Get It On. There you go. 20 original hits, 20 original artists. All right. As seen on TV. So yeah, Ronco presents. Look at that. There you go. Ronco presents. Hey, and so this one has Smoking in the Boys Room by Brownsville Station, Funky Worm by the Ohio Players. I might have to make this playlist. Spiders and Snakes by Jim Stafford. Stir It Up. You know, I am going to do that. I'm going to do that straight away. I'm going to love you just a little more, babe. That is Barry White. Drinking Wine by Jerry Lee Lewis. To Know You is to Love You by B.B. King. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Nice cans. The Pointer Sisters. The Morning After. There's got to be the morning after. So anyway, it's a song from the Poseidon Adventure, which I just saw a thing. They were talking about who's not alive anymore, or who is alive still from the Poseidon Adventure. Not many. Gene Hackman was in that movie. Maureen McGovern sang that song. The Love Train by the OJs. Playground in My Mind by Clint Holmes, which is kind of a creepy tune, I think. Cover of the Rolling Stone by Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. You'll Never Get to Heaven, the Stylistics. Wow, You'll Never Get to Heaven. I'd Love You to Want Me by Lobo. I'd love you to want me. Ain't No Woman Like the One I've Got by the Four Tops. They had how do you say that? Also Sprach Zarathustra. by Diodato. Wow. I know that song. I think it's an instrumental piece. But wow. I've never said that straight out. Drift Away by Dobie Gray, The Happiest Girl in the Whole USA, Donna Fargo, Me and Mrs. Jones, love that song. Billy Paul, and Painted Ladies by Ian Thomas. So that's what a Columbia Records did the Ronco thing. It's 1974. How about that, man? That's crazy. And we've got the Star Wars hardback book from back in the day. This is let me see when this was published originally. Are you guys? I don't know if I've ever talked about this on here. Speaking of Star Wars, yeah, look at that. This is like a first printing piece, 1976. There you go, Star Wars. But when they were casting for Carrie, Brian De Palma was doing the casting for that. He was doing auditions, and George Lucas showed up and sat in the back of the room, and he goes, I'll just keep an eye out. Anybody that you don't want, let's see if I can use them for this new film I'm doing. And that, my friends, was Star Wars. Unfortunately, these days it's Star Whores. Just terrible, terrible, terrible stuff. Although I have friends of mine who don't believe that there's anything bad, which is fine. I don't understand it, but it's fine. I don't get it. Lots of old records, I have lots of old records. I've got lots of album flats. Like these. There's Dokken, Under Lock and Key. I remember getting I got an extreme stack of So by Peter Gabriel. Just album flats. They'd hang them up in the store. They were oftentimes printed on both sides, not always, but oftentimes printed on both sides so that when they were in the store, they could change it up a little bit, and they could do like this. You could overlap them a little. You could, switch them around like this a little bit. So they have album flats, and so you could go in and they would have a bunch. So how was it? It was so-so. Things are getting funny now. Yeah, right. And Star Wars is getting better. Sorry. It's a regular rant of mine. If you want to have fun watching me do that, you can watch Go Game Go. Me and Pete go back and forth about that all the time. All right, look at this. Some random cable. I think maybe it goes to this light. Let's see if no, it doesn't go into that because it plugs into something. What in the heck? What does this go to, people? I don't know. I'm also eager to hear from any of you if you watched that Beast Games. Tell me if you saw the Beast Games. Salvatore, did you see Beast Games? I don't know if he's still here or not. But let me know. Let me know. We'll see what's going on. All right. 6 o'clock. All right. I've got an apron here. I don't need the apron here. I do need this here because this is bitchin'. You guys have seen this before. There you go. My KISS banner. Da-da-da-da. It was the 35th anniversary of Destroy Ya. Destroy Ya? I hardly know her. Or as Ace Frehley. He has that great laugh. It is a great laugh, though. Aw. And somehow we got to get this guy in on the show, don't we? It's a kitty. It's a kitty. We got to get him in on the show somehow. Cats like to rock too. You know this. You know this. Mm-hmm. It's true. Cats love to rock. All right, I got to find out if I can get a vendor that does these bags. So that's important. That's kind of why I hate to throw it in that box, because I just don't want it to get buried and to be disappearing. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? All right, I got my DVD player, which plays all the different regions, and my can from the Brew Dog, the Iron Maiden Brew Dog, Hellcat brew. Might have to get some brews ready for the show later. Later. Here's this poster. I'm getting ready to mount this thing. Now that I've got my new printer, I can print out some photos, and there you go. This was like an MVP package poster that they had available at the show. I didn't have one of those packages, but my friend did. Why is it doing that? Okay, all right. Stop. So, anyway, that's pretty cool. But a friend of mine knew somebody who had some of these, and she gave it to me. She's like, I saw her at the show. I actually was calling her name, but she couldn't hear me. And but anyway, so she gave me that. I'm ready to mount it, but I want to get some pictures printed, and I can do that now with my new printer. And when I have the time, look at that. I love this cup. Made it from a horn, but it's just like it's a small cup. So I like that, but I also have my bigger horned cups. I got two of those. Maybe I'll use those for when I have guests. That might be a cool thing to do. All right. I gotta be careful. I don't want to just throw my markers and stuff into a random spot. Trying to also get my here's some Maxell CDX2 cleaner, polish, and sealer. Is that, do we think for vinyl? I'll have to look this up, and then I'll have to see what the contents are, because I've been constantly trying to figure out a good mix for cleaning records. Which reminds me, I've now unburied the record player. So I had a gentleman over who had to do the seal on my countertops, right? So we bought a bottle of their sweet elixir of cleaning, and it's from their own company, and so I bought that, and but but I told him, I said, look, I've got this vinyl of Van Halen 2. It's just an extra copy. It's an extra vinyl. You thanks. Hopefully I hold the liquor that's within it just as well. Maybe I should have some Jameson tonight. No, I better not. I got to work tomorrow. I'll save that for the next time. So anyway, he said, hey, I said, I wonder, I'm trying to figure out what to use for my vinyl, because everybody uses a certain different, it's a little different here or there. But everybody agrees you should use just a little bit of Dawn, water, a little bit of alcohol. And then other people have their own thing, and maybe I don't know what's in it, but I think that's what this stuff is. And I'll have to look it up. And well, I'll tell you what, while you're on here with me, why don't I just find out? I'll see if I can see it. The other thing I've been dealing with down here that I really don't like is dealing with the drop ceiling. God, I can't stand that stuff. All right, so it's flammable. Yikes. Okay, so let's see. Net contents. Okay, here we go. Is it going to tell me? No, it just tells me how much is in here. God, there's a glare that just keeps getting in the way. Keep out of reach of children. This product is listed. Okay, let's see. Keep away from heat, sparks, and open flames. Avoid contact with eyes. In case of eye contact, immediately flush with plenty of water for at least 15 minutes. If symptoms persist, contact a physician. Contains isopropyl alcohol. All right, so like I say, geez whiz. Is that it? That's all it says. But that can't be all. I don't know. But that is all it says. I don't know. Let's put it in, shall we? Let's put it in the system. See what it says. All right, so Maxell. CDX-2. CDX-2. All right. All right, here we go. All. Maxell CDXL. No, CDX. Just CDX2. That's what it says. CDX2. Okay, so some people still have it. Oh, it's for CDs. That's why it says CDX. Okay. Can you use it on vinyl? That's my question. Therein lies my question. So should we ask, can you use? Can you use? Not utilize. Just use the word use, please. Interesting. CDX2 noise canceling headphones on vinyl. Maxell, that's not right. That's not what I'm asking. I don't like when they do that. I put it in CDX2 on vinyl. Maxell XL2. I'm like, I don't want to know about cassettes. I don't know. I don't see it. It doesn't tell me. How to recognize a vinyl is pressed from a digital recording. Okay. I don't know. Anyway. So it's a CD cleaner. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Oh, I'll look it up later. See what we can find out. All right. Salvatore, did you hear me earlier? What are you listening to lately? I guess what I should do too, before I get too far into this hour, because I'm going to have to jump over to Go Game Go. I should tell you guys, do my review of this new album. So Stuart Corden and I, last week, we got together on the show, if you remember correctly, and we were just doing an update on the new album coming from BLITZ over in the UK. If you're not familiar, they had their this is going to be their new album that's going to be the follow-up to their last album. So Kicking Up a Storm was the album before this. They had an EP before that. They also had a live album too. So so they're doing this new album. Now he's been telling me that it's a little different, right? Which I don't know if I understand exactly what he was talking about. But I'm very familiar with Kicking Up a Storm, and I'm not super familiar with the stuff prior to that, because I just got into these guys this past year, and Stuart and I have become really good buddies. We really enjoy hanging out on online and chatting. And what do you got here? Okay, go. They have the best videos ever. Okay, go. Is that it? Is that what you're or what are you talking about? Like, is that the name of the band? Okay, go. Am I making a fool of myself by saying that? So, okay, go. There you go. I see it. Okay, go. Where are they from? let's see. OK Go is an American rock band originally from Chicago. Get out of here. Now based in LA. The band is composed of Damian Kulash, Tim Nordwind, Dan Konopka, and Andy Ross, who joined them in 2005, replacing original guitarist Andy Duncan. I wonder if my buddy knows any of these guys. The band is known for its quirky and complex music videos, which are often elaborately choreographed to be filmed in a single long take. Wow. The original members formed as OK Go in '98 and released 2 studio albums before Duncan's departure. The band's video for Here It Goes Again won a Grammy Award for Best Music Video in '07. Damn. All right. There you go. OK Go. I might have to check some of that out, eh? Thanks, Salvatore. I appreciate that. I really, really do. The One Moment and Inside Out, Upside Down are must-sees. Okay, good. All righty, all right. Now here's one of the. So anyway, let me get my phone here. I know I was kind of writing some notes, but I really wanted this to be special. And it's gonna be a little of both. It's gonna be a little off the cuff and special in that way. But then I also wrote some notes on the second side. Boy, I hate when that happens. Stop making sound. Thank you. So TeePublic, spring's approaching. Get $16 tees right now. They're on sale. You can get yourself a Hammer Away t-shirt out there, or a Hammer Away hoodie if you want, or sweatshirt. Maybe a thong. I don't know if they have thongs. Anyway, so anyway, but I'm actually in the process of redoing my artwork for Hammer Away for the t-shirt, so it looks a little bit better on different colored shirts. Right now it wasn't so awesome to me. Anyway, so let me get back to the. So I mentioned to Toby Jepson from Wayward Sons and Little Angels, and Toby Jepson. You've seen him on the show before. He's been on the show multiple times, actually. I'm very honored and happy to have had him on the show so many times. He is just such a great guy to talk to, so talented in his writing and producing. And now Toby's he's written multiple films. He's got scripts for multiple films. One of them he's getting ready to direct, and another one is being filmed in Australia. So I'm eager to know what those are. We're going to be talking with Toby soon. He said he would love to come on the show and talk about these films. And I love it because it gives us another way to step into films, which is another thing I wanted to do with this channel. Talk about films, talk about music, and because they go together. Also, just talk about nostalgia, like video games, like characters, comic books. I read a lot of comic books, so it's really cool. And I love playing games. I've got ideas for games and that kind of stuff. So this is going to go a long way. It's going to go like this. Like here's a X-Men thing. I purchased the Angel back here, and there's also a Phoenix that's up there that's like Funko Pop-ish. But this is my box of characters. Anybody Ren and Stimpy fan? We got there's Ren and Stimpy. $47 million. I am the cat. Got a He-Man. So I collect these little, and a Skeletor. There's a Skeletor. And I collect these different characters like this. I'll show you the box. Oh, of course you close, because that's what you do. So I collect these different small figures so that if I play classic games with anybody, like Monopoly or whatever, then you can choose from these characters. Like, look at these. These These are cast metal characters of Marvel. So you got like Thanos and Spider-Man. You've got Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Gamora there. So you have those. And then you have some Transformer figures if you want to play as Optimus Prime, or if you want to play as Woody, or one of the Power Rangers, you can do that. So it's really cool. Or if you want to play as Wall-E. So I started collecting these at the dollar store so that when I get together with the grandkids or whatever, I can say you can choose your own character. You don't have to be a stupid hat or all right, I know I said stupid hat. There's nostalgic people out there that are going, hey, take it down a notch. You could play as Kylo Ren. I don't think so. Saboteur, even if there was a Kylo Ren, I would not purchase it and make it an option. That's my prerogative. So maybe what I do is buy them and burn them. Maybe. That's so mean. Why would I do that? That is not nice. It's true, but it's not nice. I mean, it's practical, but it's not nice. So anyway, yes, I have friends that really like those newer Star Wars. So, so I was going to make my own game of Monopoly. Now, it's my understanding that they have a game out there. They have a version of Monopoly, and I hear they're getting ready to make a movie. Margot is, why can't I say her name? Margot. Let's just take a look. Let's see if we can find it. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so Monopoly movie. Did you guys know they're making a Monopoly movie? There's an old Monopoly thing that's directed by Tim Story with Kevin Hart. The movie centers on a boy from the game's modest Baltic Avenue on a quest to make a fortune. Huh. Okay, so let's see what this says. Monopoly movie. This is from March 5th. Monopoly movie lands John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein as writers. Margot Robbie, that's what the name was. It's my understanding that she's got a hand in this one too. Lionsgate and Lucky Chap's Monopoly movie is gaining momentum as the studio is cornering the market of one of the town's hottest writing duos. Sources tell Deadline that Lionsgate has closed a deal for John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein to write a screenplay based on Hasbro's classic board game. The project is produced by Lucky Chap, the award-winning production company, and Hasbro Entertainment. I don't see anything about Margot Robbie, though, yet. Been long time admirers of their work, telling bold, original, intelligent stories for all audiences. And we'll be the judge of that, I suppose, right? James Myers is overseeing the projects for Lionsgate. Robert Melnick negotiated the deal on behalf of the studio. While they have also become successful directors on the action comedy front, Daly and Goldstein have earned a reputation in the industry for taking popular IP and giving it a fun, original spin. Most recently, they did it for Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Have you seen it? It's worth it. I'd check it out because if you've seen the animated show, it's worth it. Which they wrote and directed for Paramount. I loved it because it was the right way to do a film. All the characters well written, great female characters that kicked ass. It was great, and not in a stupid way. Like I've been seeing scenes. I will not watch the movie. I've been seeing scenes from this new Captain America farce, and they have this little gal who's running around like dropping these big huge guys, and I get it, I mean the whole, there's the whole you know, karate fighting style thing, I suppose, you know, and whatever. It doesn't matter how big they are. But so anyway, so let's see. Next up for the pair is the Apple Plus and Skydance pick Mayday, starring Ryan Reynolds and Kenneth Branagh, which will bow later this year. La, 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 la. I don't see anything about Margot Robbie in there at all. But that's what they were suggesting on Nerdrotic when I was watching that the other day. So anyway, there you go. I didn't get to figure out what I wanted, but that's okay. That's all right. All right. Monopoly movie. Yeah. Anyway. So that way you can play whatever character you want to play. Nonetheless, that's where I was going with that. I love this. I got to get this thing going again. It's a little light. I got to have a little mini screwdriver to get in there. I'll figure that out soon enough. All right. Let's see. What game are you currently playing on the PlayStation? Nothing right yet, but on this show, and hopefully that's what this whole shift is going to do for me. Of course, Savitar, I want to play this on the show, Kiss Pinball. So I'm hoping to be playing some of that soon. We'll get this shift done, and everything. So anyway, and then I got to get a stereo system set up with this classic Pioneer turntable I've got back here before something happens to it and I screw it up and I don't have it. How about that? And why do they make a CD player that has a cable that long? It can only be in one spot, and if you don't have any spots to plug it into your computer, well, anyway, I need to figure out how to mount it too on something. I'm not a permanence guy, you know, so like there's ways to mount this somewhere, but I'm just like, I don't know. I'm thinking about Velcro maybe is the best. I'll just put some Velcro sticker stuff on here and just mount it underneath the shelf. And in fact, what I'm going to do, I'll show you this before I get going here. I should let you guys get rolling. Please do like and subscribe. There's going to be some more cool discussions like this where we can talk about stuff. And please ask me questions and we'll get things answered. We're going to have some games on here. Also have a new product that I'm thinking about working on. And it's based on something I already did. And I want to expand it. Here's this thing, right? These USB things. I got a bunch of these. And then either they're all missing or I have one. Or I can't find any. How's that go? So yeah, on PlayStation, I was thinking about, I don't know. There's a lot of games that I have that I've purchased that I really want to play. And we were kind of talking about this last week on the show on Go Game Go when we were talking about games that we've purchased and how many of them we've played and how many get to just sit around and wait. I got a lot of those. Either I just don't understand how to play the game and it kind of sits for a while, but I'm getting ready to retire and that's going to be part of it. I'm going to be getting my wheels wet again on doing Go Game Go streams and stuff like that. So I'll be doing some of those during the day. Just want to pick up some of the slack since Jeff's been doing a lot of that. And so I'm going to be bringing that. And then I'm going to be bringing those same skills to here. So, but I'm a big fan of Uncharted. You know this. I've talked about it before. I love Uncharted. And as far as the, you know, like PS3, PS4 games, I've got a lot of those. I was thinking about Red Dead Redemption the other day. I think I saw some, that fits talking about that here because it's Rockstar Games, right? I thought about it the other day. Something came up and I saw somebody playing a game on a movie or a show where it was kind of an open world and walking around, and and it was the old west kind of thing, and I was like, I should play that Red Dead Redemption, because I've had that for a long time. I mean, I've had my PS3 since the are you ready for this? I've had my PS3 my since the Harry Potter, the seventh film came out, the first of the Deathly Hallows films. Because when it came out and then was released on DVD, and when they put it on Blu-ray, when that Blu-ray was still more new, um, when they put it out, they had a special preview that you could watch, but only on the Blu-ray. So I was like, great, I got to get a Blu-ray player now, which I kind of wanted and I kind of didn't. Because I'm like, DVDs are fine. I don't have to have a well, now I love having Blu-ray. But anyway, so it's just one of those things. But I bought my PS3 used from a gentleman who took very good care of his, and it came with 23 games, and Red Dead Redemption was one of those. Dead Space and Dead Space 2 was another couple of games that came with it. That would be a neat thing to do. It'd be to figure out what all the games were that came with it. I know Uncharted 1, 2 came with it. I think I bought 3 after I had it. It came out and I bought it after. Let's see, did Resident Evil 5, did I get that with it? I wasn't very good at that game. I didn't have the skills. I got to try it again. So you're about 2 hours into the first Uncharted, really? I'd love to play that along with somebody sometime. That would be so much fun. Red Dead Redemption 2, well, that is not a game. It's an incredible journey through the old American history, fighting for your life and fighting for your family. Try to live your days. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. With all around integrity, well, that's not a game that's an adult thing. That's a game that's like fucking Shakespeare. Uh, that's like that's like Uncharted. When I talked to my son about that when Uncharted 3 came out, and there's a part in there where something happens and you're just walking. There's a couple of scenes like that where you're walking and you're like, what am I doing here? I'm not doing anything. I'm just walking. And my son had the right take on it. He was like, well, it's just part of the experience. I go, and for me though, I'm like, I'm not an experienced guy when it comes to video games. I just want to play it. Just let me play the game, and that's what I want to do. I don't need to, experience walking, you know. I completely understood his viewpoint, so I get it, and that's awesome. And I love that they do that and that people pick up on it. Oh, hey, look what I found. Look what I found. I'm going to use it right away. Look, I found the plug. Where did I put it, guys? Did I put it over here? Damn it. Let me get it. I'm stepping on stuff. That's not good. Okay. Remember my iPod Classic? Ha ha ha. Wapa. Wapa. Wow, I suck. Come on. We did it. You did it. I did it. We did it. Okay, here we go. So what am I going to do? I guess I can find a spot. Let's see if I can find a spot. Do I have a spot in here? Yeah, I do. Okay. I'm going to plug this in and see what happens. And hopefully that'll fire up. I'm just looking forward to getting through tomorrow. Once I get through tomorrow, I'm off on Friday. Oh, okay, look. I'm going to teleport you down here. Okay, look, it's charging. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. Okay. But yeah, lots of things I'd like to do. Tell me about things you would like to see. There's things, I'm dying to do some videos, just putting them together and creating videos. Like I said, let me try this thing. Hold on a second. Red Dead looks amazing. Not sure I have enough hours to play it. I understand. And I feel I feel like a moron because I love the Switch and I just haven't played the games. I've got a lot of games. But I'm coming up with more time to do that. But these two games right here, these two games, I'm trying to figure out the right way to hold them. There you go. I haven't played them. I own them. I haven't played them. And look. I got 2 copies. I haven't played either one of them. So, what happened was I lost track of the one. I didn't know where the cartridge went. So I want to do a whole thing on these. I want to play the first one and the second one and the third one because I have 2 and 3 for the Switch. Where is that one? Oh, shit. I have a board here. Yeah, see, there you go. There you go. Now, here's a game I haven't played forever. And we played this like crazy. A Blast from the Past. You got it, buddy. You got it. Now, there's one I used to play Animal Crossing a lot. I haven't played it much at all. So anyway, but I got 2 and I got 3 and I also have the do I have it right here on my shelf? I hope. It's buried somewhere. It's buried, I'm telling you. But anyway, I do have it, the first one that's on the GameCube. So I'm eager to play that. So anyway, but that's all with retirement, right? It's coming soon. So that's cool. And then I thought I might check in with School of Rock and see if they could use a dude like me to do something for them, with them. So, and then plus that, got to get the band out. I should see where we are with this, and then I got to get going here because I got to get ready for the show, my other show. But let's take a look and see where we are. Does this start over again? Starts over again. Never mind. And remember, where's Stuart? I can't see. That's what I can't wait to do. I'm trying to find that video again. It originally was in a thing called Cattails. So I have to find out if I can find that video. I keep looking out on YouTube and I can't find it. If anybody ever finds some backstage footage, and you can read it, it says at the top. Hold on. Says Kiss Cattails 2 at the top, and I'm like, okay, where is that? I can't. I go out on YouTube and I cannot find it. But I'd love to have a better version of that because I want to use it in my opening. Where's Stuart? Yeah. So anyway, all right, guys. I should get rolling here, and we'll see what's shaken. Oop! I also got a message from my sensei. Yeah, I can do. Okay, cool. I was talking to a friend of mine about a band and stuff. So I don't know. I may be in 2 bands again. We'll see what happens. I just got to get a set list. So anyway, hey, take it easy, man. I really appreciate it, Salvatore. You know that I do. I really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll get JW in here sometime to talk to us about this video too. So let me see if I can get this video back up, and then I will say goodbye, and we will talk real soon. So here you go, and then I'll get this figured out. As soon as I figure out the way I want to do this, I do know one thing. If you look at this, I have this big shelf that I have my monitors on, right? Okay. It's too big. It's too deep. It makes a mess, and I got a rat's nest of stuff down here. And look, it came up. Look. There it is. It came up. And look, it's the gods. Oh my God. Look at that. It's working again. So it does that. It like works for a little bit, and then it takes a poop. And I don't know what the deal is. But see, it says it's fully charged. I don't get it. It says it's fully charged already. I just plugged it in. I don't know. Frickin' technology. It just tells you shit sometimes. Like, oh, I'm just telling you this because that's what you wanted to hear, I think. So anyway, we'll see if it works. If it does, I'm going to be putting stuff on it. But, all right, wait. Before I go, let's talk about it. So my friend Toby Jepson, I was telling him about BLITZ. Okay, let's get back to that before I go. So check BLITZ out if you haven't checked him out yet. If you're on Spotify, I think you can check out stuff there on Spotify. Let me double check. But it is tough to find. You have to figure out how to look for it. So make sure you put in BLITZ. Make sure you put in the thing you want to do is make sure you put in the name of the album, Kicking Up a Storm. Okay, so if you put in Kicking Up, okay, there it is, and it'll come up, Kicking Up a Storm. So not kicking, it's kicking. All right, so if you look at Kicking Up a Storm, then you hit BLITZ. From there, then you'll see that they have the White Wedding cover on there. They have singles. So let's take a look at albums and see what it brings up. Okay, so it's got everything on there. Okay, so it's got Welcome to the Rock Show from 2019. It's 11 songs. That's their first full album. Okay, starts with I Believe, Rock City Nights, Miss America, Love is a War, Rock Me, Queen of the Night, Don't Look Back, Only the Strong Survive, Falling Down, Another World Away, Born to Rock. Okay, so I wonder. Well, that's interesting because you wanna wonder if okay. So there's Miss America. And then, so a lot of these, it's kind of interesting. It's got I Believe, and somebody did a song called I Believe. It's got Rock City Nights, which is like Big City Nights. It's got Miss America, which sticks to Miss America. It's got Love is a War. Love is a War. Then Rock Me, which is these are all their own songs, but Rock Me is a tune by Great White, so it's interesting. It's in the same name. It's kind of funny. They have Queen of the Night, which kind of reminds me of Celestial the Queen, right? Don't Look Back, Boston, Only the Strong Survive, REO Speedwagon, Falling Down, Iron Maiden, Another World Away, which is it kind of reminds me of Worlds Apart, right? And then there's Born to Rock. So these are all their own songs. I'm only laughing and chuckling. It's because, and it could have been on purpose, that a lot of these songs have names of songs that have existed in the past. Only the Strong Survive is, of course, from one of my all-time favorite REO records. So check out Welcome to the Rock Show. I've talked to Stuart about wanting to collect all of this stuff because I just love the artwork too. I love the music. I love the artwork. And then let's see here. Let's go back. All right. And then they have on here, they have the EP Fight to Survive, or the album. Sorry, the whole full album is Fight to Survive. See, this is what I'm talking about. I got confused. Oh, and they have a Christmas song. They have I Believe in Christmas. Huh. That's cool. So they have Fight to Survive, their second record from 2019, and 2020. It's got 1 in a Million, Blood Brothers, Waiting for a Miracle, Damage is Done. Oddly enough, Damage is Done is the name of a Foreigner's tune. Blood Brothers, that's Iron Maiden again, right? 1 in a Million, that's same name as that was a Trickster tune, right? A rock show. Oh man. So it's fun stuff, man. The album covers are fantastic. Just love the artwork stuff. Yeah, and then Kicking Up a Storm, but they have Take No Prisoners live. That's a live album from 2021. So I'm eager to double check all that stuff. I know I've listened to all this, but I'm tuning in more and more, especially with this new record. So with the new record, I'll let that run. I'm just going to let that music run. So the new album is going to be, you're going to love it. It's a fantastic record. It's powerful. It is really, maybe I won't leave that on because I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm saying, but it punches straight off the bat. Here's the thing I want to say about the album so far is I love all the songs. Let's just put it that way. There's 10 songs. There's some cool intro pieces that they've worked on because this is kind of a concept piece that's coming up. Stuart, like I said, mentioned that it's different than their other stuff, which I kind of get. And the more I listen to their stuff, I'm going to know that more. However, I was kind of thinking it was going to be really different. Like I don't know if I thought it was going to be more mellow is what he's talking about, or there's going to be different things. But there is a lot of fire in this record. I told Toby the other day that I was going to quote him when I did this review. He said on my show a couple of times, he said, standing on the shoulders of giants. And that's what this album does with such great respect and such great songs. It really, basically what he's building here is just kind of a world of without having to play out a whole concept. There's a thought process through it of all the different songs, and then they're also gonna have a comic book that's gonna be available with this album release that'll kind of encompass the album as well, and it's a great bunch of songs. I am going to pull this up for you guys so I can tell you straight away what we've got. So there's, like I say, 10 tracks. Let's just call the first side, he's kind of got it for me and broken in two. All right. So let's call it Act 1 and Act 2, just like a record, side A, side B. And it starts off with Rock City Symphony, which has, when I talk about Toby mentioning this standing on the shoulders of giants, this is such an homage to so many great artists without being a ripoff of somebody else's songs. Okay. That's the thing I want to make sure you know. This is a bombastic record. Every track is great. I get through this album without even knowing that all of a sudden it's almost over. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I've listened to it time after time after time. On the first side, it starts off with the opener is Rock City Symphony, which is a great tune. There's a little bit of what I'm feeling out of it is little Sex Pistols, and there's throughout the album there is this great um, power rock feel like Cheap Trick throughout. It kind of weaves itself in and out along with somebody else. Like when it gets into track number 2, which is Tear Down the Walls, that one to me, being such a strong follow-up track to Rock City Symphony, which opens the whole record up for you. It's great. You're gonna love it. And then I feel like I'm doing like a Trump thing. You gotta love it. It's so good. It's really great. It's the best thing ever. Which this album, I tell you what, there's certain times where you can be biased about something, and there's other times you got to remember this is still a record, and I still want to I'm either going to really enjoy it or I'm going to like it because my friend put it together, and I'm like, it's great, you know, it's going to be great. And a lot of times I ask people, where are you in the process of doing this record? Because I don't know. Is there anything you can change if there's something I would suggest, is that going to matter? Should I not say anything and just go, it's a great record. It's fine. I like it. Well, this one, I just loved it. Straight off the bat, I loved it. Again, Rock City Symphony, right off the bat, title track. Then it goes into track 2 is Tear Down the Walls. There's this beautiful blend of the influence, and when I say influence, I just mean that this song is something that was created by this band, and it doesn't sound like somebody else's tune, but there's such a great tapestry woven of homage throughout this whole record. And this song, Tear Down the Walls, gives me that big feel that is very Cheap Trick, very Kiss, if you put those kind of together. And I know Stu's a huge Kiss fan. There's even a voiceover piece right after that with a DJ, and it's great. Then comes I think it's hard. It's hard to tell you one song, but next it goes into Hurricane, which I think is my favorite song on the record. They're all so good, but I really love Hurricane. It's a straight ahead rocker that is just, it's balls to the wall. It's a lot of fun. The score comes next. Again, it's not slowing down one bit. This song is just as bombastic as the rest. And Skin of Our Teeth, you're going to love it. There's nothing that you will not love about that whole act 1 of this album. All right. But what I want to say about Skin of Our Teeth is I want to send that on to Toby, talking about movies. Skin of Our Teeth is a perfect song for the end of some movie. It's just waiting. And I'll push it as best as I can to whoever I know and say, this thing belongs in there. Just like, oh, shoot. What was the name of the track at the end of, it was Nelson is who it was. And, but they weren't called Nelson, but it was the Nelson Brothers. And it was at the end of a Bill and Ted flick. Two Heads Are Better Than One. That's the name of the song. Two Heads Are Better One. And it was by Power Tool. Is that what they went by? Yeah, Power Tool. 1989. Two Heads Are Better Than One. It's like that, where you get to the end of the flick and there it is. Skin of Our Teeth would be a perfect tune at the end of a movie. Just got those same kind of riffs. It's just big and fat. The album then moves on, and I do have some better notes for the second half of this album. Act 2 gets into it begins with a huge arena dirge in Vampires of the Dawn. It's kind of a haunting power ballad. It opens up with a nod to Patti Smith's, in my mind, when I'm listening to it. It kind of harkens back to Patti Smith's Because the Night, her cover of that song, in tone, and then mixed in my eyes, in my ears, with a little bit of Graham Parker and the Rumor. I'm a big fan of Stick to Me. That album is, I love that record. And it kind of gave me that feel. The latter, it's kind of, the flow continues with the killer sci-fi rocker Hollow Man. You're going to love that song. Then get ready for Anti-Hero. It's a smashing homage to that sexy and heavy, eerie and edgy White Zombie kind of Rob Zombie style. It's a great song. Let's see here. I want to make sure what that. Then from there they go into For Life, which is another one of those songs that's just waiting for a movie. It's just waiting for the perfect credits to play over, because both of those songs, when they end, I can hear it kind of fading out or being done. One of them ends cold. They may both end cold, but anyway, it ends. One fades. That's right. One fades. One ends cold. But it just fades out, and here comes the score. Right. That's the way I hear it in my head. So anyway, yeah. So For Life is the name of that, and then the final track is huge. It's big. It's powerful. It's called Valhalla, for crying out loud. I mean, how much bigger can you get? And this is a ball buster. That's what I love about this song. It is a ball buster. The first time I heard it, it was a ball buster, and just a killer track. So everybody who's a big Blitz fan, everybody who's to be a big Blitz fan, out of the UK, again, get on to either Spotify, I suppose Apple Music has it too. Listen to their albums. Take No Prisoners live, Kicking Up a Storm, and then they also have their 2 albums before that, which I will remind you of here in just a second. Albums. So their first one, Welcome to the Rock Show, Fight to Survive, and then their live Take No Prisoners and Kicking Up a Storm. So check those out, starting in 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2024. And now getting ready here in 2025, it is Rock City Symphony, and you're going to love it. And the artwork on the comic looks amazing. I can't wait to see the whole package together. It's going to be great. I know it is. And you might want to watch for my name in the credits in there. Check it out. So, all right, guys, I got to run. Got to get back to the other show. And thanks for hanging with me today. Salvatore, thank you again for hanging out and having a little bit of conversation about some games and music. And we will see you guys soon. And remember, when you step out of your door every day, you're in everybody else's world. They are not in yours, but you want to make sure you act accordingly, all right? Have a great rest of the evening, a great rest of the week. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again next week. Hopefully I got me a guest, I think, next week. I'm going to be talking with Mr. Dave Tedder about that. And he's got some folks that he's working with that he can hook me up with. So there's some other folks that will be coming in. We'll see how their studio looks next time. Take it easy, folks.